Putin urges caution in Syria in New York Times opposite vertical line Al Jazeera America. Global header background image URL/content/jam/jcr:/content/header/image desktop.adapt.960.high.1,378,782,293.jpg at media minimum width 768 px and max width 959 px. Global header background image URL/content/jam/header/image.adapt.960.high.1,378,982,293.jpg at media max width 767 px. Global header background image URL/content/jam/mobile.adapt.753.medium.1,378,982,293.jpg. Display mobile navigation. Display mobile search bar. News, video, shows, schedule, more shows, sections. U.S. International economy, technology, science, environment, health, education, culture, sports. Trending. Syria's war, weather, health, technology. Search form. Putin urges caution in Syria in New York Times op-ed. September 11, 2013, 11:37 p.m. at. Russian leader claims U.S. strike in Syria would trigger new wave of terrorism. Topics. Syria's war. Syria. International. Viewed comments. Russian President Vladimir Putin gestures during a press conference at the end of the G20 summit on September 6, 2013 in St. Petersburg. 2013 AFP. Russian President Vladimir Putin, in an op-ed article published by the New York Times Wednesday, said a potential strike by the United States against Syria would increase violence in the Middle East and destabilize the global system of international law and order. The Russian leader also said he has no doubt poisonous gas was used in Syria, referencing the August 21 chemical attack that the U.S. says killed over 1,000 Syrian civilians on August 21. But there is every reason to believe it was used not by the Syrian army, but by opposition forces, to provoke intervention by their powerful foreign patrons, who would be siding with the fundamentalists, Putin wrote in the op-ed. Putin said the U.S. proposed military action would unleash a new wave of terrorism. Citing the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, Putin said U.S. military intervention in foreign countries had become customary, something he called alarming and harmful to America's long-term interests. He also said the U.S. was becoming the symbol of brute force, instead of a model for democracy. Putin's op-ed appeared the day after U.S. President Barack Obama said a military strike must remain an option to put muscle behind Russia's plan to dismantle Syria's chemical weapons. It's too early to tell whether this offer will succeed, and any agreement must verify that the Assad regime keeps its commitments. But this initiative has the potential to remove the threat of chemical weapons without the use of force, particularly because Russia is one of Assad's strongest allies, Obama said in a speech from the White House Tuesday. On Thursday, however, Syrian rebel leaders released a video statement rejecting Russia's plan, according to Reuters. Russia and Syria have historical and economic ties, and Moscow has been criticized by the West for remaining one of Damascus' most stalwart allies throughout the conflict. Russia has, along with China, vetoed 3 Security Council resolutions on Syria in the past 2 years. International affairs observers said Obama's speech, in which he asked Congress to delay the vote on airstrikes in Syria while also making a case for intervention if Putin's proposal fails, gave him room to maneuver, and pins on Russia a bulk of the responsibility to address allegations that the regime of President Bashar al-Assad carried out the chemical weapons attack. You'll notice he didn't lay down any specific conditions for the resolution. He didn't say what would constitute success or failure. He's trying to leave himself some flexibility for creative diplomacy. Nicholas Burns, a professor at Harvard's John F. Kennedy School of Management and former U.S. ambassador to NATO, told Al Jazeera, if Putin is unsuccessful in his pledge to dismantle Damascus' chemical arsenal, that may add fuel to Obama's proposed military action in Syria. This gives the U.S. the opportunity to put to the test Assad and his Russian friends. If they prove themselves to be duplicitous, then that will be a stronger argument.